to take it deeper. Now, we're talking a lot about going deeper. What does it mean to go deeper? Again, looking at it from a different vantage point. Now, I can give you 4 levels of going deeper. Now, please remember, these 4 levels are just to help us. You know, don't memorize them and say, well, this has to follow one after the other. But this is just to help us. Okay, first, when you see a person acting out from the outside, you know, whether it is rage or whether it is envy or jealousy or even violence, or whether it's depression, it doesn't matter what it is. Anything that's happening on the outside, there's only one reason for it. We have to look deeper. What is deeper than that act? You see, we live in such a surface life that the moment somebody is angry at us, we're either upset or we fight back immediately. That's called surface living. That is shallow living. What is deeper than that anger? A feeling of sadness. It is that sadness that causes all these acts. And these acts come out according to the personality of the individual. If a person happens to be very external, very outgoing, very bombastic, then of course they could become violent physically. If a person has to be, if a person is quieter, is a more introvert type of person, then they become offended, hurt, and they keep it inside. You see? But the outer circumstances are irrelevant at this point. What is happening is that there is suffering because you're looking shallowly. What is deeper? There is sadness. There is the feeling something is lacking, or something is wrong with me, or I'm missing something. Which is, of course, is a lie we tell ourselves, because nothing is ever missing. You see? So, but then you ask, what is deeper than sadness? What is deeper than sadness? Now we go into the 3rd level. What is deeper than sadness is a need to be whole. A need to be whole. But as long as you have a need to be whole, you can never be whole. It's just like you have a need for love. Everybody has a need for love. You see? But then you're telling yourself, I need love, therefore I am not love. I need to be whole because I don't think I am whole. You see? So therefore, what is deeper than the need for wholeness? What is deeper than the need for wholeness? Wholeness itself. And that's why you want it in the first place. You see? Wholeness is there beckoning. So you've taken it all the way to its depth. Now, wholeness itself. Wholeness itself does not create the surface circumstances you find yourself in. But it got there because you didn't know you were whole. You see? Now what does it mean to be whole? Because it sounds very good. W-H-O-L-E sounds great. You know what whole really means? It means you're spirit. It means you're nothing. It means you're emptiness. It means you're a being. You are just energy. You see? Not that it's kind of scary to the human. You see? This is where the human and the being have to really get together here. You see? And then you'll find that when they get together, they integrate, that's the whole person. Because there's another part, people say, well, I'm going to live from being now. You see? And then they deny the human frailties, the human negativity, the human this. They deny that. And if you deny the human, you're in worse off condition than before. You see? Because you're separating again. The point is never to separate. It's to accept whatever the human is and take it back to its zero denominator, which is wholeness itself. Okay? No separation. Now we were talking about going deeper. What is better, to transcend or to go deep?
To go deep.
Okay. Who else would like to say something? What is better, to transcend or to go deep?
Same thing.
Very good. They're both the same. And the reason I asked is so that we don't get tripped up by words. Okay? Words can say so many things, but in reality, we're always saying the same thing. Like when we talk about emptiness, people say, emptiness. And when you say spirit, oh yeah, I like spirit. You see, but they both mean the same thing. Okay, so this is where you have to listen deeper than the words. What the words are really saying, to understand. Can we all participate here? What made Eric heal even though he didn't know what was happening, or he didn't know what going deep meant? What made him heal?
He was willing to look at his sadness and accept it.
That's right. Yeah. And even if he didn't want to accept it, the very looking at his sadness and believing that there's something deeper, you see, helped him to transcend sadness. You see, this is where deeper and transcend become one. See? The moment you're willing to look at what you believe is bothering you, the moment you're willing to look at it and see what is deeper than that, that very willingness itself is enough. It's enough to transcend it. Now, it took Eric a few weeks in order for him to heal his sadness and depression, which lasted for many, many years. He was breaking up the family, he didn't want to work, he lost a lot of money. But it could happen very fast if we are quite realistic and ask what is. And really see something as it actually is. You see? Like most people say, me, my life, my life. Oh, sounds great, my life. Well, look at what is my life and tell me where my life is as separate from somebody else's life. There is no my life or your life. There is only life. There is no me. There is only life. You see? Awareness, presence. So the moment we are willing to look, which takes courage, of course, there has to be that drive for what is real, for what is unchanging. And when that is there, we begin to see. When we have that drive, that uncompromising ability, despite what other people think of you, despite how society looks at you, despite anything, am I willing to see what is real? You see? And that is the courage that creates that deepening process. As we talk like this, we begin to see the simplicity of it. And we say, oh, I got it. When I wrote that booklet, which is based on the topic today, which I have on the table, I sent it to a few people who've been sending me these questions. And they wrote me back, a few of them, says, oh my goodness, it was so clear. Thank you, I got it. Well, lo and behold, 2 or 3 days later, they wrote me back saying, oh, I lost it again. It's inevitable. Why? Because of two things. One, you made it personal. I got it. You see? And what is the other one?
Whatever you get, you can lose.
Very good. You thought you achieved something. Whatever you get, you will lose. You see? So what happens is when you realize you got it, you have to realize also in the getting it that there was nothing to get. It just is. Just is. You see? And in that isness lies clarity. And then it stays permanent because there's no one to lose it. And there's nothing to lose because it was always there. You see?